Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about simplifying expressions, algebraic expressions, and solving equations. So we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so what does it mean when we're asked to simplify an expression? We want to write it in a concise form where like terms are combined. So we have an expression here, and in order to simplify it, we want to go ahead and carry out the implied operation. There's a multiplication here and the subtraction. And once we get that taken care of, we'll combine like terms so we have it in its smallest form. So the 5 in front of the parentheses, we're going to need to distribute that 5. So 5 times 3x, 15x, 5 times 25. And then we subtract the 4. So after we distribute the constant here, we end up with one x term and 2 constant terms. We'll want to combine those numbers. When I say constant terms, I just mean these numbers here that don't have a variable associated with it or attached to it. So we have 15x, 21 minus 4. 25 minus 4 is 21. So that is our simplified expression. There's one x term and one constant term. And all of the arithmetic associated with the expression has been carried out. Okay, so just a little more practice over here on this side. We now have 2 parentheses, and each parenthesis has a constant in front of it. So let's go ahead and we'll take it one at a time, but each of those constants needs to be distributed into the parenthesis. So we get on the left-hand side, 14x minus 21. And the one on the right is 6x plus 10. Okay, so we've done the arithmetic, and now we need to combine like terms. And I just want to explain, get a couple of buckets here. So this is my x bucket, and this is my constant bucket. And when I say combine like terms, I want to rearrange these terms. So the x terms are the 14 and the 6. They live in that x bucket. And then we want to put the constants here, and then we'll combine them. And so the constants are, I'm going to think of this minus 21 as plus a negative 21, because I'll want that plus sign. I just want to be real careful with the signs. So there are different ways to handle them, and you can, but this is one. So in the constant bucket, I have negative 21 plus 10. So we combine the terms, the like terms. So the x's, there are 20x and negative 21 plus 10 minus 11. The expression in simplest form, simplified expression. Okay, so we're going to skip down to number 7 and look at, in this problem, we're asked to solve and check. So we have an equation. Notice it has an equal sign. So it's an equation, right? And we're going to simplify the expression on the left-hand side, simplify the expression on the right-hand side. And then we will solve the equation by isolating x. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So I notice here that I don't have a constant really in front of my parenthesis, but I do have a negative sign. And that negative sign is like minus 1 there. So we want to make sure that we distribute the negative sign. Okay, so let's do that. Negative 7x, and the negative times a negative 3 is a plus 3. And that equals minus 1. So we want to combine like terms, and we have 2 x's. Negative 10x, negative 7x gives us minus 17x plus 3, 4. Okay, so to isolate x, we are going to get all the constants on one side and all the x's on the other, and then we'll divide by the coefficient of x. So let's go ahead and subtract 3 from both sides. And we get left-hand side minus 17x, and on the right-hand side minus 4. Dividing both sides by negative 17. Okay, and solving, x is equal to 4/17. So what we need to do next is check to determine if this value is a solution to that original equation. So to check if 4/17 is a solution to the equation, we're going to go ahead and write the original equation down and now substitute in wherever there's an x, the value 4/17. What we want to do is determine whether or not when we simplify this, we can identify a true statement here. So we'll check it out. Okay, so wherever we see the x, sub in 4/17. Be careful again, we are still working with this negative sign. Okay, so I've just substituted in. And now we're going to take out, follow through with the arithmetic, making sure you use order of operations correctly. So you can work on your notes and look up and check on the board. We'll see how we're doing. Okay, so coming through here, I cleared the negative and I did the multiplications. And now combining, combine the fractions, we get negative. Kind of important here to put some question marks at the equal sign, right? Because that's really what we're doing. We're checking. We don't know that this is equal. We are checking to see if this is a true statement. Okay, so combining like terms, minus 68/17 plus 3 equals -1. Negative 68/17 is -4. Okay, and if you want to see how I got that, you can do that division here. Okay. And to -4 plus 3, does that equal 1? And I see I had dropped that negative sign over there. So in fact, -4 plus 3, does that equal -1? Yes, -1 equals -1. So we have checked. We plugged in what we got as a solution to the equation back into the equation and confirmed that we would, it led to a true statement. All right, so I just wanted to share my screen and look at the next problem I want to look at is number 13. So we're asked here to, this is a word problem, and solve the problem using the 3-step process, and I lay it out here. The first thing we're going to want to do is represent whatever value of interest, what's being asked about in the problem. We're going to give that a letter. Then we're going to write a word statement as, write the statement in the words here as an equation, and then solve and check. Okay, let's look at this first problem. A certain yoga studio allows members to take classes. The studio charges $50 per month for the membership, plus $8 per class taken. So the total cost for being a member, you would start out by paying the $50 and taking X classes, 8 times X, so that's going to be added to your cost, can be modeled by the formula cost C is equal to 8X, that's the per class usage, plus 50, that's your fixed cost. Okay, so the question says, how many classes can you take in 1 month for $99? Okay, let's go over to the whiteboard. So that problem, I kind of got you started with it. So we'll just kind of take it and show you how the 3-step process works, even though some of this is really already done in the problem on the worksheet. Okay, so a yoga studio, the question is about how many classes can you take in 1 month for $99? So I'm going to start with, the question is about classes. So how many classes? So I'll let X equal the number of classes taken. And then we know the word statement as an equation is that cost, we have here that cost can be modeled as 8X plus 50. The question says, how many classes can you take in a month for $99? So we're asked, how many classes can you take for the total cost of $99? So let's go ahead and substitute in our 99. And now we have to solve for X. So isolating X, we're going to subtract 50 from both sides. 49X equals 8. 49 equals 8X. And I divide both sides by 8. So X equals 49 out of 8, but I still don't know how many yoga classes we can take. So let's go ahead and think about 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. So okay, so what we get is X equal to 6 then 1/8, which means we can take how many classes can you take? You can take 6 classes. For $99. Okay. All right, so I think that's all I wanted to do on the video. There's some problems attached, so if you want some more practice, you could check those out, and I'll see you in the next video.